So if you need this lecture after this meeting, so you can easily have this lecture. So what is actually a Python? Python is a language which only the computer can easily understand. How? There are a lot of things which the computer is only understands, not the human, not even the other machines. So Python is a promise towards a machine that can learn something from the user and give output towards the user. It's like a mystery behind the thinking machine, or it's like a mystery behind anything. So when we talk about something like a machine, so according to a lot of people, what is machine? Machine is a process, processing something, so give you the output. So it depends on what task you are performing according to your output. So what is Python? How it behaves according to your machine? So let's start from the basic part. So let's with an introduction. So what is the introduction? As you know, you already took this lecture of introduction where you had see like the Python is a dynamic programming language where you can have a lot of memory as well, and memory and the memory issue which easily resolved in Python. So let's take an example a little bit. So if you have a laptop with you, then you have to open the idle.
Let me just find it.
Sorry.
Okay, wait, I'm just searching it.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I've opened it.
Okay, so you have an idle in your laptop. So first of all, we have to write a simple word like A, alphabet. A stands for any kind of alphabet which has some kind of memory, but nothing is inside of A right now. It's a part like we are going to store something, we are going to add something into it. So it's dynamically add something towards the variable. And what is the variable? Variable is A is going to store something like 10. So right now A is 10. So whenever we call A, it shows us 10. At the end of the day, at the end of the line, what is A? A has a value, it is equals to 10.
Okay.
What is A, right? If anyone asks, do you able to change the language or change anything into A? Yes, you can easily change. So I'm going to write an LE in A. So what is A right now? Ali. So it's a memory sortion or a memory where you can easily lead anything towards anything. So what we had done yet, we made a variable.
Okay.
We add 10 to that variable. So A was equals to 10, but right now A is equal to Ali. Whenever someone is going to call A, it always show Ali, not 10. Take another example. I'm going to write A is equals to A plus 10, and it shows me an error because what does A contain before? What does A
Ali.
contain? Ali, correct. So we are not even able to merge Ali with 10.
Okay.
It's not even possible that you can merge alphabets with any kind of integer or decimal or anything like it. So whenever we are going into the language, it shows that some kind of procedural, it's a procedure like language. So we need to follow the procedure time or step by step or time by time. So
Okay.
come further with the history and the other thing. So how we gonna write something in Python if you are going to greet someone using your program? Like someone come to your home and your robot or your program will going to greet that person. Then your program will say hello to that person. So if you are going to write that program in Python language, you just have to say it's something, then it's a statement called print. Print, and what you're going to say to that person is hello. And that's it. So it shows hello. So point is this, whenever you're going to greet someone according to your program, you just have to say hello. Like we are going to write Ali, or sorry, A is equals to input, and in our input we are going to share some greetings towards like hello, H-E-L-L-O, hello, comma, hey. So it shows us always an error, like an error, because we missed one argument. What kind of argument? Right now, A belongs to Ali, like A belongs to Ali. So we have missed an argument. And what is that argument? So we are going to add that argument. It's like we miss argument. Now I'm going to write that argument once again. A is equals to input, and here I'm going to write welcome. So what is like welcome? So I'm going to write Ali and then print. What I'm going to write? Print A and A. So it shows, okay, the other thing is I'm going to write it's welcome. So it shows welcome to Ali. This is how we're gonna input our program.
Okay.
Input. This is the user input. How we gonna meet to your user. So this is an input user. The most important thing, how your machine can gonna understand this thing. Your machine is always work with a data and the program you are going to make, and according to that program we're going to have the output. But what if you're dealing in the machine learning language? You only have a data and output. Now you need to create a program. According to that program, your computer will act according to that output. Like autonomous vehicles, autonomous plane, autonomous anything. It could be anything in autonomous. So while going on Google, like I'm going to show you another example, another exciting example of Python, where you can make this application. It's like robot fights. So actually that robots are totally made in uh, Python language. So it's a part of this battle is a part of Python language as well. So these robots made in Python, these robots made in Python and work with the help of computer and a lot of things. So we try our best to make some kind of out of it, these kind of robots or something out of it, so you can easily do with your stuff. So what is going on within these robots is like they're using the input statement. So again, name equals to input. When you're going to control something, when you're going to control anything like your remote control car, your any device. So you need to know, you have to do, you going for input. So your robot take input. Input is in the sense of 1 2 3 4 ABC and anything else like input name and robot name like Drew. So while you are going to print robot, so it's always show the name of that robot is robot Drew. So it depends what we are going to use an input. Now a little bit example using the input statements. What if you are going to show a calendar, like you need to make a program. If I say you make a program to show a calendar in Python, that's not a difficult part. Just you have to think how many days, how many weeks, how many years you want to show in your calendar. So it's totally good to go if you are going for a little bit calendaring stuff, or just with the help of input statement like input. How you gonna add your input? Right now we are dealing in type strong type. What is strong type? That is an important part. What is strong type? What is your favorite hobby?
Playing
What's your favorite hobby?
cricket.
Okay, so cricket. How often you play cricket in a week?
Uh, every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
That's good to know. Someone is playing cricket all every day. So so cricket. Why not football?
I do play football, but less good.
Okay.
And I don't have enough space to like.
Yes. Your football needs a lot of space. Yes, I got it. So whenever you need to show any kind of calendar, like you just type on Google, like I'm going to say Google, I need to show a calendar. So Google put me like calendar, Google search calendar, and Google show me the calendar. So I have to find out which calendar I need, which calendar I need, which calendar I need. So I have to go through each and every way. So 2019, 21, and all the calendars. Why don't we write our program which shows us the calendar? Why we need Google? Why we need everything? If you need to have your own calendar, like you need to know what was the calendar in 1989, or what was the calendar in 1762. You just have to go through the Google. No way. We are going to show, we are going to make a program in which we can show anything we want in a calendar form. Right now we are dealing in calendar. So
Okay.
year belongs to what year you want to print, what calendar you want to print. So let's we see like 1862. That was a good part. And which month you required. So like I'm going to write month like 12 December, the day of Christmas. So what I need to know is print calendar. I'm going to put some kind of help from calendar dot month and year comma month. Now here year and months I'm going to take from here, year and month, the 12. So this is a syntax where I'm going to find out what calendar was that, if this interpreter allow me to have a calendar of that year.
Okay.
So let's see. Do this calendar allow me? And it's not going to allow. Okay. Yes. December 1862, I got the calendar.
Okay.
This is how you're gonna print anything from anywhere. This is the
Okay.
shortest example of an input. This is about the input statement. Strong type. This is the strong type where you have everything you need: calendar, year, month, and print the calendar. So this is strong typing, strong, because you know what will going to be printed. Like we are going to print a calendar, so we print the calendar. It doesn't seem like we were going to write a calendar, we are going to print a calendar and it shows like uh, a calendar of Chinese or aeroplane, something like it's no. So it's a strong type. Whatever you want to uh, find, whatever you found to find it, it always go with that thing you need to know, nothing else. Do you like math?
Yeah.
And do you know how to get an LCM of of LCM of anything?
I should mean by lowest common multiple and
Okay, but do you know how to do it?
yeah, I know how to do it, but it's not coming back to me yet.
So what if we are going to write the program of that LCM?
Hmm?
What if we are going to make a program? So that will be like heavy for the right now, but okay. So we are going for the basic one. So we are going to add two numbers. While in dynamic typing, we are going to add two numbers before we are going to make a program for an LCM.
Okay.
So we are going to add two numbers according to the user, where variable names can be assigned to different data types. Yes, we are going to use the different data types. So what is data type? First, what is data type? So first we have to know what are the data types and what is data type. There are three types of data: integer, float, and complex. Complex number are those which are not easily be solvable, like a trickster, like a number with iota, a number with a variable which is not even able to solve properly. A number with any kind of variable is complex number. Integer, if you don't have like a dollar or a pound, is an integer. But if you are going for 99.9 pounds, it means you are talking in floats according to the computer language. So it's float. Float means when you are going for a pointing values like 99.99 pounds or 99.99 something like 9.99. So when you are talking in points or decimal, then it's like float. When you are talking in numbers like 27, 7, 8, 9, and infinity, so you are talking in integer as well. So now what we are going to do, we are going to add two numbers. So like a equals to 45, b equals to 67, and c equals to, now we are going to add a plus b. So C, when we are going to write a C, so it will show 112. So 112 is a part of C right now. So whenever we write C, it will show 112. So this is actually numerical data type. Numerically, you can add data like how? Again, we are going to add C is equals to 112.7. So right now C is in float and B is equals to 99.9. So B is in also in float, or we can make it in integer. So x is the third variable, or a is equals to, we are going to add c plus b. So a will show us 211.7. So this is the value which actually get the above value we get,
Okay.
we got as in float. This is float.
Mm-hmm.
The above value we got is in float. The float which contains a memory of 16 bit in Python.
Mm-hmm.
It's called 16-bit bit. Now, according to the computer memory, it's in a sort of bits or
Yeah.
in boxes. I'll show you some good example for it. This is a whole screen which we are dealing in right now. So this screen, it's made up of small boxes and pixel.
Yeah.
Each and every pixel have its unique value. Each and every pixel have its own matrix and boxes and something like it. So this is a smallest pixel in which your screen is right now. So the corner of your system is a smallest pixel, which is in like nanobits. So
Okay.
when we are going to combine a lot of nanobits into bytes, into nanobytes, then mega nano and the all over. So from this part to this part of your screen, it contain more than 256 bit of colors, which means it may be like around about 16 millions of color pixels colors. So the point of say, while we are talking about the pixels or something like it, it's always been like we are dealing in numbers, floating numbers. We are dealing in bits. Like if you have a system, it's also contain bits. Like I'll show you, we are going into the information of Macintosh, and it will show you the information of bits, how many bits of operating system we have. So it shows me like in display. So this
Okay.
is called the pixels, which I'm dealing in right now. So the point of concern is, while we are dealing in bits, bytes, or something like it, so we are talking about memory
Mm-hmm.
and its use. Memory and its use. Memory is the part where you can deal with the computer system and the computer stuff, while your system is talking towards a lot of floating points and the other bit operating systems.
Okay.
So again, come to the Python. After the data type, we need to know about operators on numbers like we had done before: plus, minus, division, multiplication. So these are the basic operators we use.
Mm-hmm.
While we are going into the complex programming, ABS will help us to get the absolute value or absolute something. Like if I'm going to write ABS with C, ABS with C. So it will show us the absolute value of C, which was before, that is 112. So while we are going to write absolute value of C, so we always get 112.7. Why 7 with it? Why 7 with it? Because its value changes right here. And if I'm going to write absolute of A, so we will get 211.7. It means it always shows the absolute value which is in the equation. So like if you need to round something, round of A, So it will show you 212 because 211.7, when your decimal part is bigger than 5, it will show you the approximation of the next value.
Okay.
So it's 212 we get after we are going to do round function. So it's basically the round of a, it's it's a function. Round of a is function. The most important thing, what is function? What is function? So function is more like you are talking with a robot. You're talking with a robot. Why? How? When? Like you are using your cell phone. So your cell phone is currently a nanorobot. Why? How? Even your laptop is a nanorobot. How is it possible? While typing on your system, it shows what you type.
Okay.
So according to the machine, while you are typing something on your machine, while you typing anything on any device, it's a function to do so.
Uh,
Is a function to do so whatever you need to type, whatever you want to do. So it's your function. It's a function for that machine to do that specific task. While you have a racing car, so it's the remote control, it contains some functions that may be forward, backward, right, left, and 360, whatever it is. So it's a function for that specific car, designed for specific purpose. So it's a basic function that your car need a remote control. Like if you have a car, then it's a basic function for that car. That car contain a steering, because without a steering, there is nothing like a car. Even you are not even able to drive that car. So
okay.
so basic is a function which need accordingly. Like if you need to play a football or cricket, so cricket bat is your basic function to hit a ball. Without a bat, you're not even able to hit a ball like a baseball. You need a bat to hit a ball, or you need a ball to play a cricket or a baseball or anything like it. So ball and bat are the basic functions for each other. Without anything, without something is missing, like if there is no bat, so there is not a function for ball to hit, or if there is no ball, then there is no chance to play anything like a cricket or something like it. So function
Okay.
is always there to do a lot of things. So same as machine, it needs somehow human expertise to do something, to do, to make things, to help others. Like a laptop, it needs a human to type, it needs a human to add data into it, it needs a human to make a program into it, like you are doing right now. You are making a notes, you are making a program. It means you're acting, you act like a robot right now, because the instruction is given to you. So you are writing each and every instructions. So you are basically a function for that prototype which is currently working. Like if you're going to teach me something, then I'm that prototype in which phase I'm learning something from you accordingly. So it's a machine that learns from you according to your expertise, according to your desire, demand. So your machine act like a robot for you to make things possible, to make things happen for you, to make things right for you, to make things input for you. So it depends what type of program you are going to write with your machine. Like we can take another example for this prototype. So we are going to do, or we are going to find a square root of a program. So how are we gonna do it? So I'm going to add like a is already I have. So I'm going to add a square root. So number underscore sqrt. So I need a square root, which is equals to a square root double star and 0.5 because it contains a bracket, and I'm going to print that square root. So print the square root of this function. I'm going to add. So the root or a square root, how it looks like. So I'm going to add like a comma a, the above function is 212, and num underscore sqrt square root. So I'm going to close it, and the other bracket is as well. So this bracket goes here, and not all the arguments converting during the string formatting. So here it contains some kind of string as well. So a maybe contain strings. So we need to correct or adding the string or something into it. So here we are going to deal in while we have root square root of. So we are going to add a floating point. So that is easy to convert into any string point of view, and a floating point of view is again 0.3 f. Now why 0.3 f? So first 0.3 f is for a alphabets. This is a, and the other one is for the num square root. So that's why we put these two. So if it's going to return a complex number, it will contain another error as well. So it's good. It's not going to contain any complex number. So we'll have our answer. Like we are going to find the root of 212. 211.700 is 14.550. So if you're going to only find out the root of a function, so just we need to write is, that's it. So it will show argumented error once again. So we need both of them at the same time. So we can add number. Now, why 3? Why not something else? While we are talking about 3, it means we need 3 significant figures. We need 3 significant figures. Otherwise, we are just going to write it like we don't need these significant figures. So we are like 0.1 and 0.1, and it's good to go if we don't need significant figures. So if we need any significant figures, more than twice, more than thrice, more than tetra, so we need to add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and multiple. Like I'll show you. If you are going to write, the answer is in 7 floating points, so it will show you in 7 floating points. Like you have 7 significant figures at the same time. So it's all about what input you are going to have. One input you are going to made your own choice. So strings. Hello. Do my voice is clear to you? Didn't you hear my voice, or is some kind of hello? Hello. Is it clear or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about strings. And what are strings? Strings, how you gonna add something into it? But before we are going to strings. We are going to calculate, we are going to make a program to calculate the area of a triangle before we are going to move to the string. So I think with the operators, we have to do one more program. So we are going to find out the area of a triangle. So do you know about the formula of how to calculate the area of a triangle?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So we are going to take 2 or 3 sides of a triangle. So A is equals to 15. I'm not going to take an isosceles triangle, so I'm going to take a third side of a triangle. So A 12, B 12, C is equals to like 60. Wow, it's a huge base triangle. So what I have in formula, so I'm going to have a formula F is equals to A plus B plus C divided by 2, because I need to find out the semi-parameter of the triangle. Why? Because need to find semi-parameters of a triangle. Semi-parameter of a triangle. So what I'm going to have now, the area of a triangle. So area is equals to S multiplied by S minus A and multiply by S minus B and multiply by S minus C, and which goes with multiplication of square root of 0.5, which shows me, okay, so S is, oh, I got a mistake. So it's like, it's F, it's not S, it's an F function. So, okay, it's like an F, I put an S, okay. So we are good to go. So right now I'm going to print the area of a triangle.
Okay.
Area of triangle is, now I need 2 significant figures. That's it, not more than 2. So 2 significant figures I just need. So I'm just going to find out the area of my triangle. What area do my triangle area do my triangle have? Okay, so here it cannot convert complex to float. So this is an error. This is how we get an error while dealing in the floating points. Now how are we gonna rid over the floating points? Because we don't give the equal sides. This is an input contain even number, and the remaining are remaining even, and the other one is odd. So
Yeah.
whenever we are going to deal in any kind of triangles, we are not going to give a huge gap into the triangles, because every time if we get into this kind of thing, it will show us an error, which is not a good thing while dealing in the area of a triangle part. So we are going to have it again. I'm going to add up in a shell. So here we go with A is equals to 5. So minimum difference in a triangle. So it's going to be show an easy way, 7. So S is equals to a plus b plus c divided by 2, and right now area, which is equals to s multiplied by s minus a, which is multiplied by s minus b and multiplied by s minus c and multiply by 5. So square root of 0.5. Then we are going to write a print the area of a triangle. So here we go. The area of a triangle is, okay, so we are going to deal in 0.2 floating decimal points and AREA area. So here we have the area of a triangle is 14.70. So while writing a program into a basic or the complex number, when it comes together, so it creates a complex number error, which may not contain any kind of memory or any kind of memory address. So it always show an error, which is unexpected always. So while
Okay.
working with an float or complex numbers, while in conversions, it always show an error, which is not even good to go with it, because it may contain sometimes strings and it doesn't contain any kind of string. So it always depends what you are going to have. So it's better like you are not going to have a complex number into your number, so it helps you down in a lot of ways.
Okay.
So while working in the Python numbers or Python data types or Python strings, so I'm going to have another example for Python type. So A, B, and C, I'm going to rewrite the numbers. A is 7, B is equals to 5.5, C is equals to like 1 plus 2J. So this is an, okay, so I miss equals to. So these are the three numbers. Now I'm going to write a data type, what data type the number contains. So if you need to find out what type of data you are going to deal in, so you just have to write print first a comma is of like is of type, whenever you need to find out what data type you are going to deal in. So type type of a, so it will show you the data type of an a, what data type that it a contain. So whenever I press enter, so it will show you 7 is of type class integer.
Okay.
So 7 is an integer. So same as we are going to write for B. So B is in float, and same is we are going to write for C. So C will show the complex number. I hope it will show. Okay. So C contain the class from the complex numbers, where we are dealing in the complex numbers and complex digits. So while we are working with these data types, if someone asks you, so what kind of data type you are going to deal in, so if you don't even know according to the variables what is that data type contain, like if I'm going to add something like D equals to hello, I'm going to write to check the data type of D. So I'm just going to add read like this one. So D is the data type with a string. Hello string. So D is a string. This is how we actually deal in the variables, the things. So whenever you're going, someone asks you to what data type is it, you just have to write the simple line, and after that you will have your data type, what data type you are dealing, and what kind of data does it contain, and what kind of data do you want to add into this string. So it's totally according to your data and prototypes. So what you need to go, and what you want to add into it. So it depends while on working with data types and the data type sets. So let's go further in strings. So what are strings? Strings are the data type in which you can write anything, in which you can write your own name, in which you can write your essay as well. While if you're going to write an essay, you can write in string. If you're going to write anything, you can deal in strings, variables, prototypes. It depends. So strings are those variable in which you can actually, you can generate even an essay, even a paragraph, in even anything. Like I'm going to take an example. So a equals to, I'm going to write a paragraph like this is the Python class where you can learn anything towards the game with. ठीक हो गया? Okay, so here is an A which contain a huge line or a huge sentence or a sentence. So whenever I'm going to write an A, it will show me the whole sentence. So this is a type of a string. When I'm going to find out what A is right now, so here I'm going to just A and A. So it will show A is a string now. A contains a string data type. So it's a part of the data types where you can deal in string, where you can deal in any kind of multiple line string. So if you need to write a multiple line, there is an option to write a multiple line string. Like how? You need to add a string into 3 or 2 lines. You need to add a string into 3 or 2 lines. So it will show you like A equals to hello to like welcome or hello or something like welcome to the world of Python. Now where you can lead the future. So whenever I'm going to write an A, so it will show you the whole sentence. Welcome to the world of Python. But we can write in 2 lines while giving the input. It shows in 2 lines, but when it comes together, it will appear in just a single line. So this is how we can connect or a single variable into the multiple lines. No interpretation, no escape, and this is a function a little bit more like I give you an example of it so you can easily understand what is actually. So we are going to convert kilometer into miles. That is an easy example. So what you have something in kilometer. So I'm going to write kilometer, which is equals to float. Again, input. What input do you need to enter into the, which you need to convert from miles or kilometer to any other thing? So I'm going to write enter the value you need to convert. Okay, so this is my value I need to convert. Now I'm going to write a conversion formula. So here I'm going to put an in value of 67. So I gave the value of 67. So conversion formula. So I'm going to write a conversion underscore formula or fact, which is equals to 0.621317. Something like it. 1371 or 17 is something like, if I remember it correctly. So miles equals to kilometer kilometer multiply by your convex fact. Now I'm going to print the formula I just write. So it's like I'm going to have 2 or 3 decimal significant figures. So kilometer kilometers is equal equal to, again, 3 significant figures of float, because I'm going to convert these in miles. So what I need here is the kilometer, kilometer kilometer, and another one is miles, miles miles. And okay, one bracket is missing again. So it will show you 67 kilometers is equals to 41.632 miles. So this is how we're gonna deal in a different type of strings and different type of data types and variables as well. So strings are the type where we can use a lot of methods into it. Like if we are going to count words, or like it's an easy part if we are going to check is 2020 was a leap year or not. So we are going to check it with the help of strings. And also we are going to make a list of something like before we are going to list into it, we are going to take another example before going to a leap year. If we need to know, if we need to go with something else, a temperature, yes, that's a good example. So the temperature is changing nowadays, and the temperature, so you need to convert temperature into something. So Celsius, and use Celsius is like CLC SIUS. So Celsius is equals to it's like 37.5. So I'm going to write a Fahrenheit. HEIT, Fahrenheit temperature. So I'm going to convert Celsius into Fahrenheit. So Celsius multiply by 1.8 plus 32. That's how we're going to write a Celsius function. And now print the function. So print, again we are going to deal in the significant bits. So it's a part of like 0.3f. Because of the significant bits, so we have to deal in it. Degree, degree, SCL, SIUS, Celsius is equal to 0.3 degree Fahrenheit. So now convert it into Celsius, SCLC, Celsius, comma, Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit. So this is how we convert Celsius into Fahrenheit. So that is 37.500 degrees Celsius is equals to 99.500 degree in Fahrenheit temperature. So this is a basic concept of string data type and how you're going to convert your data type into a string as well. So do you understand everything or you have a question?
I understand.
So there is no question for till now?
Oh no, wait. Can you scroll back up to the calculator where you did your the calendar?
Okay, so you just need to know how we make a calendar.
Yeah. So can you show me that again?
Yes, I can make it in a very quick way. So it's not a big deal to write a calendar and do a lot of things. So it's a part where we are dealing in the calendars and everything. So we are going to make a calendar once again. So okay, so we just have to going to import calendar, nothing else. And then we are going to have an year.
When I'm writing import calendar, it shows me that trace back some. It just tells. It's not showing me what you're seeing on your screen.
There is what? I didn't get you. There is a distortion in your voice.
So I typed in import calendar.
Check out the spelling. Check out the spellings.
Oh, okay. Just 1 minute. Okay, so import. Okay, I got it.
Got it? Okay, so now we have to write an year. We are going to recognize what year we are going to print the calendar. So it's 2020. Then what month you need to print a calendar? So month is equals to like 4, April, May, or something like it. So just you have to do is to print calendar month, which month you need to print. So dot month, what month you need a calendar of it, and then again year, comma, month. So here we are dealing in the 2020 calendar, and the fourth of the month and 2020. Here we go. Okay, bracket. Here we go. April 2020. Now we need to write a whole calendar of 2020 view. So what we just need to do a small thing, like again print calendar dot calendar. Once again calendar. Now here we are going to add a year, 2020. Now we are going to add a space, the space between these two variables. These two variables, we need to write a space. So how many spaces do you need? So we can write it to how many column space do you want? How many column space? Like how many column space do you want? Like 5 and 12. It's like a bin of 0.5 space in between 5 and 12. So we are going to write a space of 1. Now, how many columns do you need to print in a single line? So we need to write a 6 columns in a single line, so single row. So I'm going to put a 6 for a row, and here I'm going to print the calendar of 2020. So this is how we print the whole calendar of 2020 in just one click, or in one line, or one row, one sentence. So this is how we made a calendar. So if you're going to need to add your calendar in a multiple ways, so you just need to write a few things like for I in range of 10, or year. So okay, and I'm going to write year is equals to year plus equals to 1.
Can you scroll back up quickly?
Okay, here we go.
So when you got all of these years, so you just typed in print and that line that you typed in print calendar. They just need to write this line.
Okay, no problem.
Dot. 2020. Comma. 2, comma. Space 1, comma. Space 6. Bracket short. Bracket short. No, it's not. Oh, okay, I've got it now.
Okay, good to go. So this is the way we are going to write a huge calendar in just one sentence, whole calendar in one sentence. So what if you need to add something into it, like, but we will do it on a later basis. Like if you need to find out the complex number within the calendar system, and if you need a complex module into the calendar, so we are going for the further reasons in the calendar, and how you put your calendar on the other scales as well. So it's a typecasting variables where we are dealing in the type and the type of the programs. So we will deal in later basis and later things. So here we go with another example where we are dealing in strings. So strings again. What if you're going to have a machine where human expertise going to be zero? There is no human expertise where you are dealing in with the machine. So will you able to calculate a Fibonacci series or factorial of a number in just a second? I guess no, we are not even able to calculate the factorial of a number in just 1 second. So we are going to write a program in which we are going to deal in the factorial. So here I'm going to take a number which is equals to 11 or 7, I guess. So 7, so factorial, so I'm going to like fact factorial is equals to 1, and if number is less than 0. Oh, less than 0. So what will happen? So I'm going to print, because if the number is less than 0, there is no factorial. Sorry, wrong number. Because if your number is smaller than a 0, so there is no factorial exists. Because there is no factorial for a negative number, there is no factorial for a number lower than a 0. So if I don't have that number, then what will happen next? If I don't have, then elif statement I'm going to write. So elif number equals to 0. If the number is equals to 0, then what will happen? Okay, so elif going to be have an error with a statement. Okay, no problem. So I'm going to write this statement on a PyCharm. Okay, so I'm going to make a program. So if you have a PyCharm, then you guys better open the PyCharm.
Okay.
Do you guys have a PyCharm with you or not right now?
Not right now.
Not right now. So we are going to skip this program. We are going. We shall do by tomorrow. So we are going to add some else program with the string statement, because this program is need to have a PyCharm in you with your. So we are going to add something else. What if we are going to swap two numbers, the values of two numbers? So what if like x is equals to 14, y equals to 25, and I need that. What I need x is equals to 25 and y equals to 14. So what I have to do within the program, I'm just going to ask some help. So I'm going to add some temporary variable. It's a temp variable which will be deleted after a while. So it is temporary variable which I'm going to have for my values. So right now I'm going to have x equals to y. So right now my value of x, which is actually 14. So x equals to 14 goes to y. And y equals to temp, where 25 is already there. So when I'm going to print the command, I'm going to add a print. So I'm going to add the value of x is equals to what? So I'm going to add some kind of format. So I can have the value is exactly the same I needed. Same as I'm going to write for. So X I got is 25. Right now X is 25 and Y is 14. Here we go. So here we have an X is 25 and Y equals to 14. So this is actually how we swap two variables. Swap two variables and just using a third variable statement. So it happens. Sometimes we need to use a third variable and sometimes we don't need even a third variable. We just have to make it like magic. Like X is equals to, it's going to be a 10. Y is equals to 15. So what we need is X is equals to Y minus Y minus X, and Y is equals to X minus Y. X minus Y. So what we need here, X is equals to, then we are going to add X is equals to Y plus X. X is minus 5 and Y is 10. So we are going to have the same value. So we just have to add X is equals to Y minus 5, Y minus X. I'm going to get it again and again. Same value is Y plus X. Okay, so we got the same values as with the negative sign as 10 and 15. So whenever we write a 5 as 10 and Y and X equals to 15. So we get the both values with negative variable because of these negative portion we added to the variable. So if we go for like X is equals to X minus Y, before we are going to initialize, so we are going to again initialize the values. So X is equals to 10, sorry 12, Y is equals to 15. So we are going to rationally add our X is equals to 10. So we just add X is equals to X minus Y and Y is equals to X minus Y, the same. Then X is equals to X plus Y. X is equals to 25. So here we get a value within the same state and within the same variable. And right now as X is equals to, sorry, Y is equals to X plus Y. So Y is equals to 45. So here we are without a deal of different functions and different scales of an integer. We can add, remove, insert same digits and count into the list of something. Like how? Now we are going to count each and every X from the variable. So we are going to count each and every variable or the things So it depends like how we are going to add. So y is equals to y plus x. So it's 70. So it gradually increases. So for I in range of y, print x. So if I'm going to write a print or something like x, so it will show me the 25. And if I'm going to write print x or print y or print something like it, so it will show me 70 or y is equal to 70. So we have a different option to calculate each and everything within the loop, outside the loop, or within the tag and outside the tag. It's a little bit a part of a string, but it's always a part of the string methods, counting the lower, upper, and a lot more. So this is how we're gonna deal in a little bit methods of strings and the string method. So here is an assignment for you guys. You just have to make a calculator in which you are going to add two numbers, multiply two numbers, divide two numbers, and subtract two numbers in just a same formation. Got it?
So what do we have to do?
You just have to do is just to add two numbers, subtract two numbers, multiply two numbers, and divide two numbers.
So that's what we have to do.
Yep, you just have to do just make a simple calculator as you want. And one thing more, you have to print a calendar of 2025.
A calendar.
Yes, a calendar for 2025 by using the calendar function or anything which had happened in the class today.
Okay, I can make a calendar right now.
Do we have to do 1 month with the whole
No, it's up to your choice. You just have to put 1 month into it, or you just have to make it for a whole year. So it's your choice.
Okay.
So it's up to you. You need to print a whole month or whole year. So this is it for the today's class. So we are going to see you tomorrow at the same time, and I hope you will have the Python with you by tomorrow, because by tomorrow I will be going to give you an example and an assignment as well, in which you are able to make a small game for you to play it.
Okay.
So see you guys tomorrow at the same time.
Also,
yeah.
So basically, by tomorrow, do we have anything to do?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So by tomorrow, we can add two numbers, subtract two numbers.
Yes. By tomorrow, you need to show me how you make all those two things. And if you got any kind of difficulty, then I guess you guys have my WhatsApp number, so you are free to contact me at any time. So I will help you in each and every thing. So see you guys tomorrow at the same time, and take care of yourself as well.
I've done the calendar for 2025.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just 1 month?
No, all of the entire year.
Entire year. Just you do with the function you just have done.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So now just you have to make an assignment for adding, subtracting, division, and multiplied numbers.
Okay.
And also show me your assignment on my email address. I'm going to send you email or anything WhatsApp. So you just have to let me know what, using the WhatsApp, what you just had done. So, or my email is like, I'm going to put my email. Okay. So here on WhatsApp, I make So emails, send the email address, or I'm going to write here the email address. If you guys know how to email.
You can send on WhatsApp the email address.
Okay, sure. I already send my email address on the WhatsApp. So
Okay.
judgment of you already have a email ID. So just you have to show me your assignment if you have. So you can grade it.
So we'll just send you a picture.
Sorry. WhatsApp.
Okay. Yeah, we'll send you a picture on WhatsApp of the
Okay,
assignment.
okay. Got it. Got to you. So see you guys tomorrow, and take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye.